never be satisfied. Blame the divine. Eventually they'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if I believe you? What if I go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to play. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. You can say anything you like. Go and give it your all. You can say anything you like. Go and give it your all. What if I believed you? What if I could? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to play. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say all tonight. Oh. That's not it. Hurting all the ones you played. The truth won't ever be the same. Looking for a sign of hope. A light inside to help you cope. Take me away from
Following the Whiskey Oval _ TV. So we get ready to rock and roll for the final race for the National Auto Racing Club. Heat race number 1 is about to roll off. We're at Bristol Dirt for the final race. Qualifying just got underway. Or sorry, just got over. Tyler Schell, the quickest. They're in practice. I mean, qualifying. Tyler Schell, obviously one of the bigger names here on the iRacing platform. On the dirt side, at least. And he'll lead this thing down into turn at number 1. A little bit of race info. A little bit of race info there on your screen right now. Bristol Dirt, 0.52 mile racetrack, temperature 71 degrees. Altitude 1473. National Auto Racing Club week 14, their final race. And right now, standing on the top of the charts there in points is going to be Justin Sherman, and Jareth Pike is second place. Only in second place, about 3 points, right in front of Kenny Hoffman. We have yet to roll. Wade Field's supposed to be joining this race. Don't think he will make the grid. They're in that last starting spot, and here we go. Now the pace truck is finally going to start rolling off. Get engine volumes just right. We'll go down the grid real quick. For heat race number 1, Tyler Schell is going to be on that top spot with Jake Sonatag to the outside. Tyler Wilson, wide open motorsports driver. He'll be making up the third row with Carlin Cure, the number 20 machine, on a hot streak as well. Is that 20 car? Brandon, the Double Deuce machine, Double Deuce Motorsports. He'll be starting there in that 5th spot with Kurt Ney, Team SSR. Number 74 there in 6th place. Tim Alton up there in the frozen land called Canada. Number 64 machine starting there in the last row, and making up the last spot is Wade Fields, Indy Race Parts Esports. The 71 cars. We are stacked up, packed up, getting ready to rock and roll. Tyler Schell, Jake Sonatag, front row. 360 sprint cars around Bristol. Wing to wing, wheel to wheel. Pace truck goes in. 10 laps underway. Best lap time here in heat race number 1. Give it a Schell with a 0.9, but not much. Tyler Wilson, this 0.2 machine got a little bit of speed in her tonight. Hanging tough on the back bumper of Tyler Schell. Jake Sonatag going to capture 3rd place. Started on the outside of the front row. Now Sonatag just lost 1 spot. White flag waves. Cure holding down the last transfer spot. Till Mountain gets around Kurt Ney, and he's going to jump the cushion. Side by side down the back stretch, and Till Mountain, he looks like he's going to run out of gas. Cure is going to capture that last and final transfer spot as the checkered flag is going to wave. And that's how heat race 1 is going to fall. Bristol Dirt, when this thing came out, this was a very hot track. Everybody was racing it. They were changing schedules to run here. Now I don't see a whole lot of leagues coming back here. After they ran it, they're like, all right, I think we're good now. But I don't know. It's interesting. A lot of people like it. Some people don't like it. I'm not the biggest fan of the camera angles here, but we'll figure it all out. Thomas Brandon there on the top of the charts right now. Here's a grid. Thomas Brandon, 35 machine, driver for SSR Elite Sim Racing. With Greg Laming Jr., elbows up, Sim Sports driver number 99 to the outside of Thomas Brandon. Brandon Garman with Team SSR, the 018 car. He'll be starting the second row with Brady King to the outside with SSR Elite Sim Racing, so teammates here in this thing. With Hunger Buster Kale. Another driver for Team SSR, Shea Paulo, driver from the crazy state of California, the 021 machine. He'll be making up that sixth spot. And then you got Keith the Animal. Indy Race Parts Esports, the 071 car. I don't believe his teammate made the last race. Anyways, Keith starting there in the seventh spot. And then Britton Hagan from the Midwest, the number 95 machine. Back there in that last spot, Brent Hagan got a little bit of work to do. I don't believe he made the race. So gonna be 7 cars, supposed to be 8. Brent Hagan could not get that machine fired up before the start. Couldn't get to the grid area in time, so he won't make it. So only 7 cars. Top 4 advances. 3 cars will have to work their way from the bottom side, or from the lower mains, up to the Mac Daddy show. Didn't see a lot of drivers lifting either. It was full throttle all the way around this track. Thanks to Personal Evolution Company up there in the top right-hand corner for sponsoring this entire season. Personal Evolution Company is on a lot of these 360s cars. Here we go. Under green flag conditions. A little wobbly start there for Brady King. Or was that Brandon Garman? It was Brandon Garman. He's still slowly falling back. Garman and Team SSR, he's right there in the slick right now as a 021 machine of Shea Paulo is going to scoot right around him there on the high side. Brandon Garman now goes up there to the cushion side to block Keith the Animal. Keith goes down to the bottom side now, side by side, coming out of turn 4. Brandon Garman's going to hold down that P5 spot as of right now. Shea Paulo's on the hot seat in that 021 car. Yeah, Brady King up to third, and Greg Lamey Jr. He's going to battle it out there for second place, and Thomas Brandon leading the field of Hunger Hounds around the dirt track, the Bristol. A little bit new paint scheme for that 35 machine of Thomas Brandon as he barrels down in the turn at number 1. Gyro cam here, check this out. So these drivers got to deal with. There's Greg Lemmy Jr. about 1 lane off of Thomas Brandon. Brandon goes down to the bottom side and turns 3 and 4 lane. His car looks like he's trying to get underneath him, not quite. Side by side for the race lead. Drag race down the backstretch. Greg Lemmy Jr. to the bottom side. Thomas Brandon going to try to haul the mail up there next to the cushion side, and the outside lane prevails as of right now. Good race up front. Brady King still in third spot. Shea Paulo still on the hot seat. Brandon Garman trying to do anything he possibly can to get around that all-black machine, that 021 car. Lap 8 of 10 laps are winding down quick. We're swapping for the race lead, and that is a non-helpful amount as Greg Lamey Jr. slides it up in front of Thomas Brandon. On board with Brandon Garman, trying to figure out some way, somehow to get around one car. Back up front, though, as we're still swapping for the race lead. And look at that little move. Lamey trying to get all the way down to the bottom side part of the racetrack, and that thing is actually hooking down there in turns 3 and 4 at least. This thing's kind of single file out last time down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Shea Paulo trying to make it into the 8 main show. Same thing with Brandon Garman side by side to the line. Give it to Shea Paulo. He's going to hold on to it. and finish there in that last championship spot. Qualifying coming in big here at Bristol here tonight. Not too much passing as of yet. So if you qualified well, then you're doing pretty good in your heat races. Not much passing. Well, I think the highest gainer so far is only about 2 spots. But the track is starting to slick up. Greg was able to keep that machine all the way down to the bottom side. Was able to hook around turns 3 and 4. See if anyone else is able to do that. Joe Howe up there in the top spot. You have Zach there in P2. Here we go. Joe and Zach, top row. Then you have Greg Stevens, Gage Stevens, and Justin Sherman there in the second row. Bruce Kling and Eric Summerfield, and then Ryan Washok back there in the last row. We'll see if the 77 car can make up some of these spots. Green flag underway. Zach, the Knoxville 360 winner for the National Auto Racing Club. He started it up there, and man, about to be 3 wide down the backstretch. Justin Sherman wants to go somewhere. Cannot make that thing fit as of quite yet, and here we go. 3-car battle for the top spot. Justin Sherman, the points leader, coming into the very last race, race number 14 or week 14. Justin Sherman trying to search all over this racetrack, trying to get around Joe Howe. Joe Howe not giving up quite yet. They barrel down into turn. They're big time contact. Zach smashes the outside wall, and big time up on the side of the wheels, and he'll be done. Does Joe have any damage? Top 4 advances. Gage Stevens up in there in the last spot, and Ryan Warshak trying to make it into the show. Side-by-side drag race down the backstretch. They barrel back down into turn at number 3. Ryan Warshak trying to slide it up in front of Gage Stevens. Gage gets loose. As of right now, this guy right here, the 77 car, has a spot. Joe still in P3, Bruce Klingan, and then Justin Sherman. Justin, a little bit of luck there. Contact right smack dab in front of him. Justin was just in the right spot at the right time. He was able to get around both of those drivers. Joe Howe, he was in that, got tangled up as well. Don't believe he has any damage. Holding his pace quite well there in the 3rd spot. As I pull up the best lap times here on lap 8 of 10, and yeah, Zach, the guy that slammed the outside wall, he has a quick time out there with a 15.2017. Last lap times are up there on your screen now. And Joe Howe and Ryan Warshak matching each other's lap times as Ryan tries to work down to the bottom side there in the number 77 car one more time around Bristol. And here's the battle right here. Top 4 advances. Joe is in that 43. Ryan is in that all 77 car. Who's going to make it there in the 3rd spot? To the checker flag. shot. Justin Sherman is going to capture the checkered flag with Bruce Klingen. They're in P2. As the C-Main is about to roll out, top 4 is going to roll. And right now, we only have 4 drivers out there. Wade Phillips did not make the start in his race. Neither did Brent Hagan. And do not believe they're going to make the start here in the C-Main. So it's only made 4 cars, and these 4 drivers are going to make it in. Recapping the season, National Auto Racing Club, they had a lot of good races. A lot of strong finishes, lots of green flag racing. And Justin Sherman has 889 points coming in here tonight. Jareth Pike has 786, with Kenny Hoffman there in 3rd place with 748. So we'll keep an eye there on that 2nd place spot with Jareth Pike and Kenny Hoffman, only separated roughly about 40 points. More like 37 points. Trevor Royer, he has 2 wins of the race season. Justin Sherman has 1. Shea Paulo has 1. Here's a grid for the C-Main. Eric Summerfield and Telma Alton. You have Keith the Animal there in P3, and then you have Zach there in 4th place. Wade Fields, Brent Hagan, only 4 cars. Working lap 2 of 8, side by side for the top spot is these 2 drivers right here, Eric Summerfield and Zach Janis. And Eric Summerfield's going to hold off that number 7 machine that's been very hot lately. And right now, Summerfield putting down the fast time in that 15.482. Tim Mountain still back here in the 3rd place spot. See if he'll be able to hold off this driver of Keith the Animal. Gyro mode cam side by side in turns 1 and 2. Absolutely love this shot. You can see exactly how bumpy the racetrack is. Two more laps to go. Eric Summerfield still our race leader. Everybody just slowly keeps moving up next to the outside wall. We'll see how the A main goes. I don't know if it will actually move all the way next to the outside wall as a white flag waves. Summerfield still going to try to hold off Zach for one more time on lap 8 of 8. Just shy of 2 minutes. A little bit slick off of turn 2 there. Side by side into turn 3. Did not see this coming. Eric Summerfield trying to get the power off the high side. Photo finish. Don't know who won that. Zach running the fastest lap time of the race. They're on lap 8. C main, there it is. There's the results, and Eric Summerfield is going to hold it out with a .015. As we look inside the grid for the National Auto Racing Club, the B main event, Kurt Day Team SSR with a fresh paint scheme. 74 car, he'll be on pole with Brandon Garman, Team SSR driver as well. 2 teammates right smack next to each other. Gage Stevens, number 5 machine, he'll be starting at 3rd. Brandon, Double Deuce Motorsports, he'll be starting in 4th place. Hunger Buster Kel will be making up that inside of the 3rd row with Eric Summerfield down on that last spot. Zach is going to start at 7th. Tim Alton, Keith the Animal back there in a 9th spot. All drivers in this will advance to the A main as well. Lights on the pace truck is off. We'll be going green flag racing this time. And under green flag conditions. 2 drivers smash the outside wall. That's going to be Summerfield and Tim Alton. Those 2 drivers going to be out of this race very early on. Still side-by-side battle. 3 wide in turns 3 and 4. You're not clear. Whoever's in the middle. That's going to be the Double Deuce Motorsports driver, Brandon. He's going to try to get to 3rd spot, and he is. So Brandon already moving up 2 spots. Battle for the race lead, getting time. Brandon Garman trying to put all sorts of pressure on Kernay as they're side-by-side coming across the line on lap 4 of 10 now. And you can see this bottom side part of the racetrack being all sort of slicked up. Drivers keep moving higher and higher next to that out the side wall, the high and scary, ripping the boards. And Kernay is going to lead another lap halfway home to mama this time by just over 1 minute into the B main as Brandon taps the outside wall. Does he get off of it? Yes, but getting passed by 4 drivers. Losing 4 spots out on the racetrack by a driver mistake, and now he's going to try to get back that 6th place down to the bottom side net code. Keith the Animal smashes the outside wall. Brandon's going to pull off the racetrack. Goodness gracious. Chaos here in the B main. Back up front we go, though. Interval up there on your screen now. See what the gap everybody has. Kernay a 0.3. Brandon Garman with about a 0.3 second gap over 3rd place. Zach doing a very good job down there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Turns 3 and 4. Don't hit the wall. Check this out. If he goes back down there, no, he doesn't. He's going to try to rip the lip. Actually, he's going to diamond cut off at turn 4 now, and here comes a 7 machine. 0.1. He is all over the back bumper of Brandon Garman, trying to hook the bottom side part of the racetrack, trying to find some grip. We're swapping up here for P2. Red Bull machine. Brandon Garman trying to power himself up. Turn 4. White flag waves for the B main. Everybody does advance coming out of this feature here. checkered flag's going to wait for Courtney. Brandon Garmer's going to hold off the 7 machine of Zach. Hunger Buster Kale's going to finish in 4th place. Gage Stevens and Eric Summerfield is a top 6. B-main results up there on your screen now. Warm-up is underway. These drivers most likely won't take the track. The only time they take the track here in the National Auto Racing Club is when they want to slick up the track a little bit more, but don't believe they would want to do that here. We got 3 pro drivers in it here in the A main show for the final race. This will be fun to watch. National Racing Club will take roughly about a month break after this. Don't have the official schedule as of yet. Don't know. I will be back next season for the National Racing Club. Just gotta work out some more details. But we'll be roughly back middle part of August 18th ish. Middle of I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Sometime in August. I think it's August 18th. As the checker flag waves for the warm up there, and we're gonna get ready to go Mac Daddy racing with the Outlaw Series, the final race. See who can come out on top. If you're in that B main, that might have been a little bit of an advantage for you. Gotta get a good feel of the racetrack before this A main. I mean, Curtin A, he's already up to 13th place coming out of the B main. You have Brandon Garman, you have Zach, Kale. I mean, 13th spot. Not bad. Plus, you got to make about 10 extra laps with the current track. As we get ready to go A main racing, here goes the lineup. The grid for the final time, the last race. National Racing Club till next season. Here we go. Tyler Shell, the 44 machine. Driver out of Pennsylvania. He'll be on pole with Greg Lamy Jr. The 99 machine with elbows up, sales course to the outside. Justin Sherman will be starting there in 3rd row with Tyler Wilson to the outside of Sherman. Making up 3rd row is going to be Thomas Brandon and Bruce Klingen. Jake Sonendag and Brady King making up that 5th row. 6th row giving it Joe Howe and Carlin Cure. Shane Paulo and Ryan Warshock making up that 11th and 12th spot. And on down the grid we go halfway through it. Curtin A, 13th. Brandon Garman is going to be starting there in 14th spot. Zach Janis, 7th car. The SSR Elite Sim Racing driver, 15th. Kale, 16th. Gage, Eric Summerfield, Keith the Animal, Brandon, and Tim Alton, rounding out the A main show. We are stacked up and backed up. And for the last time for this racing season, let's shimmy a shive down to turn 1, a 30-lap feature main event. Everyone waiting, trying to hold their patience. Green flags out. Coming out of 4, and he's going to lead lap 3 as we get ready to rock and roll with lap 4 now. Greg Alamy Jr. is back here in the second place. You have Justin Sherman in third. As side by side is going to be Bruce Klingon and Tyler Wilson all battling out for that fourth spot. And Tyler Wilson going to try to capture it. Almost 3 wide with Brady King up into the mix. Brady King trying to make something happen. Here on lap 4, almost made it 3 wide in between Tyler Wilson and Bruce Klingon. Thought better of it, though, as that gap closed up very quick. And now Carlin Cure is right there to the bottom side. Cure going to try and make something happen now. Shea Paulo battling it out there on the outside there in the 0-2-1 car. Always a fast driver here in the A main shows. I see him moving up a lot. He's already moved up 4 spots here in the Mac Daddy show. You have Ryan Warshak back here in 9th. Then you have Zach back here in the 10th spot as he still tries to work that bottom side of the racetrack, and he has been able to do it so far here tonight, trying to get underneath Ryan Warshak. Will he be able to do it as a yellow flag is going to wave? And Hunger Buster of Kell is showing out of this race. And into the pits he goes with no front wing. Double Deuce Motorsports driver Brandon is showing out in this race as well. So everyone's slowing up all this horsepower. They're in their 360 sprint cars. And we're going to have to restack them and repack them. Here we go with the crash. I believe this is going to be the crash. Watch that car there in the very back part of the, right there in the middle part of the screen now. Hunger Buster Kells, Dairy Queen machine tags the outside wall, and man, tries to get unglued. Was that Tillman Alton that clipped him too? It was. Check this out. Oh man. Tough break for that driver. They do have a fast repair. You can use it before lap 10. After lap 10, it's over. Once you go into the pits, you're done. So Tim Alton back there with a brand new race car now. Same thing with Eric Summerfield, brand new race car. They were able to use it before lap 10. So those guys are actually in some pretty good positions. Besides their, I guess their situation is not too bad. At least you don't have to run around here for about 24 more laps with a damaged car. You got a brand new car. The only downside is you're back in 17th and 18th place. As we should be doing a single file restart. Shell trying to hold on to this race lead. Catch Fence Apparel Co. They're on that engine cover. Personal Evolution Company, they're on the top wing. So I look for a setting real quick. So single file restart only on lap 8 of 30. Caution laps will not count. Just shy of 5 minutes here in the A main show. Brady King back here in the 5th spot. He's moved up 3. Shea Paulo, he's moved up 5 spots. They're in the 6th spot. Moved up 5, sitting there in the 6th spot. Tyler Wilson's fell back a little bit. Wilson lost 3 spots. Here we go, green flag. Look at that driver all the way down to the inside. That's going to be Brady King all the way down to the inside wall here at Bristol. Trying to make that 360 machine work, and he almost did. Couldn't get the power down. Bruce Clingan fights there on the outside, and Justin Sherman as they drag race and barrel down into turns 3 and 4. Number 99 machine of Greg Alamy Jr. Still holding tight there in second place. But Tyler Schell still our race leader. 20 laps to go. 6 minutes, 16 seconds in. He has led every single lap so far. They're in the number 44 car. And right now, he is putting down some very fast laps. 15.8. Greg Lamy Jr. at 15.8 as well. So right now, almost matching each other's lap times. We'll see if that updates this lap time. Or on this lap, coming out of turn 4, update the lap times. And there it is. Tyler Schell pulled a little bit of a gap there with a 15.7. Lamy Jr. still running that .8. Very strong drive for that 99 car. Just got to find a little bit of something. And Brady King slowly moving up. He's still up to third place. And Brady King running the fastest lap time last lap. So 14 machine with SSR Elite Sim Racing. He has that thing dialed in here tonight for the A main show. He wants to win halfway this time by. Another lap, and there it is, a 14 car putting down some very fast laps, running another. The fastest car out there on the racetrack right now is our third place runner. Shea Paulo not far behind though. With Bruce Clingan, Justin Sherman, our points leader coming in here tonight, trying to finalize and be the points leader of the season champ. Cure back in P7. Tyler Wilson trying to rebound a little bit. Lost 4 spots, and he's slowly starting to fall back there in the 42 car. Zach going to work the outside here in turns 1 and 2. Then Zach all the way next to the outside wall. A little bit of a diamond cut coming off of it. Drag race down into turns 3 now. And coming across the line, Zach still trying to work the outside, the bottom side, looking quite strong for Tyler Wilson as he gets a little loose there in the corner entry. And the 7 car is going to take that spot. So Zach moving up another spot up to the 8th place. And on board with our third place runner, Brady King, trying to reel in Greg Lamy Jr. And he may be able to do it this time. Trying to look to the inside of him, almost there, not quite. And Shea Paulo is going to try and make a run now. Shea Paulo down all the way down to the inside wall here at Bristol. 10 laps to go, takes out the pit lane cone. It worked though. He got right next to Brady King. And man, he got loose going into that corner. Going to lose some speed. Greg Lamy Jr. trying to do everything he can to hold off both of these drivers as he's starting to switch up his lanes now. Big time run coming from Brady King into turns 1 and 2. And laps are winding down side by side now for that third spot. And Tyler Schell is absolutely loving it. There's a gap up there on the race screen, a 1 second lead for our race leader, Tyler Schell. Greg Lamy Jr. still some way, somehow holding off Shea Paulo and Brady King. Side note though, Paulo is now up to P3, and he is our hard charger, moving up 8 spots as a yellow flag has gone away. Yellow flag waving with possibly going to be 5 laps to go. Tyler Schell, a 1 second lead, vanished. Shea Paulo got around Brady King for that third spot. So now you have 3 pro drivers with that classic all black WC license sitting in first, second, and third place with only a 5 lap shootout. How's this going to work out? Tyler Schell, definitely the car to beat. His lap time seemed like they were slow. Granted, he had 1 second lead. Lap time was slowly starting to fall off, though. Top speed for him, 124 miles an hour for that 44 car. And here's our points leader right here. Justin Sherman trying to be the season champ and finish it out with a top 5 finish. Zach moving up 9 spots. He's back to 6. Came all the way from came back from the C main. Granted, everyone made it in, but he started way back there into the pack. Bruce Klingens, P7. P8 is going to be Carlin. Ryan Washock 9th, and Tyler Wilson. Very impressive there in his heat race. Losing a little bit of speed here in the A main. Thomas Brand is back here in 11th place. Keith the Animal Bradley back in 12th. Gage Stevens 13th. Brandon Garman, Kurt Nade, Tim Alton, Joe, and Eric Summerfield. So as we get ready to rock and roll with a 5-lap shootout with 3 pro drivers stacked up 1, 2, 3. With Brady King with a very fast setup here tonight, and then our our season champ back in 5th place. Lights on the pace trucks will be going off this time by, so we'll be going green flag racing next lap. These drivers showed up week in and week out. Try to put on a good show. I try to do my best and talk about it. So everyone that's tuned in here for the whole season, much appreciated. Thank you all for the likes and subscribers. Thanks for all the messages throughout the races. Very encouraging. Got a lot of positive messages, I should say. Pace truck in. Here we go. Green flag out. Tyler Schell steps on the lap. Pedal quite early. Greg Lemmy Jr. tries to counter it. So 2 different lines. Schell all the way down to the bottom. Shea Paulo ripping the lip, trying to run the boards. And now new 2nd place runner, Shea Paulo, our hard charger here tonight. He's moved up 9 spots and trying to hunt down Tyler Schell 4 laps ago around Bristol. This is going to be a dogfight. All in the yellow flag is going to wave, and Shea Paulo, he ran another fast lap. This 021 machine is hooked up here tonight for Bristol. Elbows up, Sim Sports driver. From the crazy state of California, does he have anything to say for the leader that has led all 27 laps? As a caution has gone away with 4 laps ago, the yellow flag came out, and Thomas Brand is being shown into the pits, the same as Jake Sonatek. Don't know exactly what happened. Oh, man. Oh, big pileup. Massive pileup. Everybody's going everywhere. Check this out. Squared him up and hit him. Thomas Brandon had cars flying all around him. Absolutely crazy. If you're going to hit him, square him up. And that's exactly what he did. Single file restart once again. caution laps will be going off. We'll be going back under racing this time by. Check out some of these paint schemes, though. Tyler Shell running the Kench Fence Puro. Dan O Seasoning there for Shea Paulo. Greg Lemmy Jr. running the SSR Roofco paint scheme, the all red and black car. Flow Racing there on the front wing. Man, Flow Racing puts on some really good broadcasts. I've been a big fan. The Chili Bowl broadcast was absolutely amazing. Has the All-Star stuff as well. Brady King back here with the SSR stuff. Bruce Kling, the exact same thing. Eric Summerfield. Got his Facebook and Twitch channel on that car. Has an alien too. And then the Hunger Buster of Kale. The reason I call him Hunger Buster, obviously Dairy Queen. The Hunger Buster. But here we go, back up front. Don't want to miss this hopefully the last restart. Pace truck is in, green flag out, and Tyler Shell once again with a very hot restart. Shea Paulo, he needed a better restart than that. Might do it. Tyler Shell, a big time advantage. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Both of these drivers all the way down to the inside wall. Now trying to use every part of this racetrack. Lap 28 of 30 to only 2 laps to go now. 3 laps to go. And Shea Paulo trying to do everything he possibly can to get back to the back Nerf bar of Tyler Shell. And it turns 1 and 2 now. Greg Lemmy Jr. slips up the racetrack, so it's a two-car race now. Coming to the white flag is a 44 car. Tyler Shell one more time around Bristol. For National Auto Racing Club, Week 14, Tyler Shell. The final time into turns 3 and 4. This man right here is going to lead lap 1 all the way to lap 30. Tyler Shell is going to be Week 14 race winner. Shea Paulo, second place. Greg Lemmy Jr., P3. As they line up and do the classic iRacing photo shoot. Shea Paulo did not get the best of restarts coming off that turn 4. Tyler Shell was able to smash the gas and get up and go. That's ultimately the win for him there. As fireworks shoot off there in the background here at Bristol, absolutely an awesome time this was. We jump into the Discord. We'll try to get an interview with the top 3 drivers. Fireworks shoot off, checker flag waves. The man that's going to finish in third place is going to be Greg Jr., the number 99 machine. And Greg, how was it out there?
It was all right. This track apparently just run this like apron at the end of the race, and I was not aware of that until the end. And my teammates got by me, and that's all she wrote. It was a weird race. I was fast at the beginning, I thought, and yeah, it was just a race tonight.
Man, this was the last race of the National Auto Racing Club, man, to wrap up this season. Looking back out of all these through the week 14s, how was it?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, the NARC League does a great job. We have a lot of really clean racers in here, a lot of good drivers. Don't show up every single week, but we get some of the top tier pro guys like Tyler and Shea and those guys that get in here. So it's always fun to battle with those guys, and looking forward to another season next season, and seeing if I'm gonna run it all next year, and hopefully we can do better in the points and with being here every week. So we'll see how it goes. On to the next one.
Very cool, man. You got any shout outs that you like to give?
Yeah, I mean, definitely Tommy, Brandon, SSR guys who put this on, the whole admin staff, you for broadcasting, then our Elbows Up team, Elbows Up Sim Sport, Flow Racing, Anderson Speedway over the wall photography, to Paints by Tunican, Roofco, everybody else that I forgot, but congrats to Shay and Tyler, and I'll see you guys next week.
Very
Well,
cool.
soon.
Awesome, Greg. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the fun racing.
No problem, buddy. Have a good one.
Going to finish there in the third spot. The guy that's going to finish in P2 is going to be Shay Paulo. And Shay, man, you was closing the door on our race leader, Tyler Shell. And then, man, that last restart, he was able to fire off a little bit better.
Yeah, Tyler's one of the most notorious starters in iRacing. You just ask anybody around, they'll tell you. But we were making fun of him for pacing at an uneven speed, so he just stomped on the gas on us. So I wasn't ready to go. But yeah, the bottom here, this track is just, it's goofy. The bottom here never slicks off, so you can run that stupid apron line. And then I mean, luckily for me, it helped me get around 9 cars just to get up into second. But yeah, I wish that they would kind of do something about that. It would make the racing a little bit more interesting. But oddly enough, this track has more lines than most of the other tracks we have on iRacing. So oddly enough, we complain when we have too many lines and when we only have one line. But be a little more realistic, I think it would be a little bit more fun.
Man, out of 14 or out of I guess week 14, man, you race a lot through all these races, man, and you put on a lot of good shows. Looking back throughout this season, how was it for you?
Yeah, I felt like I had a really good season. Missed a few, towards the middle and towards the end here, but work and life got in the way. But still fun to fire up the old iRacing after not touching it for a couple weeks and still feel like you can drive pretty decently. I obviously wasn't very good early on. I didn't qualify well and didn't run the heat race very, very well, but made the moves when the track got slick, is which is what matters here. So felt good to still have the control over the car, after taking a little bit of a break. But missed out on the championship, I think, because just missed too many weeks. But still had, like you said, had some good runs, and that's pretty good confidence boost for whenever I get back out here.
Shay, man, you want to finish here in the second spot on the podium for the last race of the season. Hopefully, we'll see you in every race for next season. But for the final time, man, you got any shout outs that you'd like to give?
Yeah, thanks for all the SSR admins putting the season on. It's always a joy to run here, and Tommy and Bruce and Kale and Jordan and just everybody that helps out with all this stuff. It's a lot more that goes into it than we get to see. So big thanks to them. Big thanks to Billy Rally for giving me a new paint for the season, and all our sponsors on the car and stuff like that. And of course, I always forget, and she always yells at me, but I got to thank my pregnant wife for allowing me to still play video games while she's suffering growing my child.
Well, very, very cool, man. And yeah, hopefully we'll talk to you soon, man.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks for all the broadcasts, man.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks, dude. Shay Paulo with a big time shout out there. And the guy that's going to lead all 30 laps is going to be Tyler Shell. And Shell, man, Bristol, this place gets a little wild.
Yeah, it was kind of sketchy entering on the cushion like you were, but it was a lot of fun. And then it's kind of weird of having to try to run the apron because the car kind of get upset sometimes. But yeah, it was a lot of fun though, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, the last restart, man, you had the other two pro drivers with you, right there on your back bumper. What was going through your mind? Did you have a restart plan in place?
Just defend, just don't screw up. And I feel like if I didn't screw up, I think I would have been fine. Like I feel like I think 2 cautions before that, when Che got into third, that he was probably quicker. But as it went on, we kind of evened out. But yeah, just like I said, just don't mess up, and usually can be pretty good.
Very cool, man. Well, dude, I absolutely love watching you race on the iRacing World of Outlaw stuff, man. So it's always cool whenever I get to broadcast your races here for National Auto Racing Club. So man, thanks for showing up here tonight, and man, great job leading all 32 laps. You got any big time shout outs that you'd like to give?
Yeah, like thank you for broadcasting. Hope you come back next season, as I'm gonna try to run all the 410s and the Wednesday night stuff. So if you're gonna do that, you'll be able to watch me once a week, and then Elbows Up Sim Sport, and then Personal Evolution Company, School Sim Racing, Rivco, Catchments Apparel, and Her Guy Real Estate.
Very cool, Tyler. Much appreciated, man, and congratulations on the checkered flag.
Thank you.
Tyler Shell leading leading every single lap, man. Shea Paulo, he was quick though. He was coming. Just man, could not get that last restart dialed in for him. But overall, man, I would like to thank all the National Auto Racing Club members for letting me broadcast their races. Thank you all for tuning in, week in and week out, every Wednesday night. It's fun, man. We had the Kings Royal 360, or 360 Kings Royal, I guess. We had the Knoxville Nationals. Now, those two big events were cool. And all the drivers that showed up week in and week out, man. We always had over 30-plus drivers. And that's saying something. That's fun. Here's the final results up there on your screen. Tyler Shell, Shea Paulo, Greg Lemmy Jr., Zach Zone finisher in 4th, Brady 5th, Ryan Warshock 6th, Tyler Wilson 7th, Joe, Brandon Garman, Kurt Ney, Eric Summerfield, Tim Alton, Bruce, Kel, Justin, Carlin Thomas, Gage Stevens, and Justin Sherman came in here with the points lead of 889 points. Now, granted, the point system is pretty big. Heat race points and so on and so forth. So on, you don't want to calculate it. But he came in here with almost a 100-point lead. 103-point lead to be exact. Justin Sherman came over Jareth Pike. Kenny Hoffman came in 3rd place. Jeremiah 4th, and then Shea Paulo came into it tonight there in the 5th spot with 1 win. Justin Sherman with the win of the season as well. Average finish 4th place for that car. So good run by a lot of these drivers. It was fun. So congratulations to all these drivers that showed up. Until next season, I'll keep everyone updated. Please follow Wisco_TV page for the latest update for the National Auto Racing Club. Go check out their Facebook page. Thanks to Personal Evolution Company up there in the top right-hand corner. Without those guys, this wouldn't happen. Team School Sim Racing as well. And for the final time, this is a sign-off. Till next season, until roughly about August. Everyone, please take care, stay safe, enjoy some iRacing.com. Make sure you guys go follow the National Racing Club's Facebook page. And get signed up. Applications about to come out. Until then, everyone, take care. We'll be back live tomorrow with some more races. Until then, I'll talk to you then.